Hey everyone, this is Matt, and I know I've been gone for like a week or so without posting any videos, but as you may or may not be aware, Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel dropped last week, right? So that's why I've been away. I've been basically just playing Master Duel non-stop. The reason I'm making a video now is because I felt like I've hit plenty of milestones with the game, and that we can start talking about interesting stuff. So without further ado, let's get into it. So I finished solo mode. I've built, I've reached the top rank. Oh, before I get into that, by the way, just see my profile. See, Plat 1, that's the highest rank currently in the game. And feel free to add me. So this is my ID. Yeah, have my Dark Magician as my buddy, right? Have Eldlich as my art, and then my icon is Upstart Goblin because lol, right? It's funny. So, how did I get to Plat 1? Unfortunately, I did not get to Plat 1 playing Dark Magician. I got to Plat 1 playing Eldlich, and the reason for that is one of two reasons. One, Eldlich is definitely the best deck in this form in the Master Duel format. So those who don't know, the Master Duel format is different than the TCG, the current format, because it uses an old OCG ban list, which includes 3 Maxis, 3 skill drains, Vanities and Emptiness, 2 Call by the Grave, etc. And it also does not. It also means that Dragoon is banned, right? So there's no Dragoon, and it does not have any of the cards from Dawn of Majesty or later. So no Destroyer, Phoenix, Enforcer either. So I had 2 choices: either play a Dark Magician deck that does not have neither Dragoon nor DPE. And granted, I am building it, and I have been playing Dark Magician in solo because it's fun, but I have yet to really, really get down a deck profile that I'm satisfied enough to showcase. I mean, I'll give you a sneak peek of my Dark Magician profile later. It's a work in progress. But yeah, so I just decided I'm just gonna play Eldlich. So yep, I reached a Plat 1 playing Eldlich. So yeah, let me show you what that list looks like in case y'all are interested in climbing into Plat 1. Because yeah, this deck is so good. Alright, so first things first. The cards you absolutely have to have in every deck, in my opinion, no exceptions. 3 Maxis, right? So Maxi is legal in this format, so you will have 3 of them, always. Yeah, if you're going second or it's your opponent's turn and they start summoning monsters, you can chain Maxi, and if they don't have Ash or Called by it, you basically get to draw forever. Well, I suppose Duel can also stop it. So, 3 Maxis, no exceptions. Alright, other card that's a 3 of no exceptions. Skill Drain. I have 3 of them in this deck, and in my Dark Magician profile, I also have 3 of them, which you'll see later. This card's amazing. It single-handedly wins games, and it's great. Like, it shuts down like every opponent deck except for control decks, pretty much. Vanity's Emptiness, not required for Dark Magician, is required for Eldlich because basically you flip this, and then neither player can special summon. But if you already have Eldlich on the field and they have nothing, you just win, right? Because you just attack them over and over until they're dead, and they cannot. And without special summoning, they cannot summon a monster stronger than your Eldlich, right? So, and if they can, well, I mean, they've probably spent a lot of resources somehow to do it. So, Vanity and Emptiness at 1. Yeah. So, other cards that are absolute must-haves: 3 Solemn Judgments, no exceptions. A lot of top decks that are combo heavy are main decking Lightning Storm. So the rank system, the rank format in this game is best of 1. It is not best of 3. So because there's no side decking, people are just main decking Lightning Storm and Harpy's Feathers Duster. So you must have 3 Solemn Judgments, no exceptions, because those stop those cards, right? Obviously Imperial Order goes without saying, same as in real life. And I go with 3 Solemn Strikes because yeah, they're just great say no cards. Especially if you're getting to matchup like Drytron, you need Solemn. There's only one way to beat the Herald of Ultimateness or Perfection, and that's with Solemn Strike, right? If they have a million negates in hand with Herald, you need Solemn Strike to stop it. Or Skill Drain has to already be face up on the field. But yeah, if you don't have Solemn Strike, you're probably not going to beat Herald. When the Drytron matchup, if you lose a coin flip and you have to go second, right? Going first, there are many ways to win the Drytron matchup. Going second, you need Solemn Strike. If you don't open Solemn Strike, you might as well scoop against Drytron. Unless they break. What else? Ice Dragon's Prison is mandatory. Mandatory. Why is it mandatory? Because there are a lot of deck profiles out there, like the Blue Eyes, the Ritual deck, which turbos Chaos Max Dragon. Chaos Max's effect says cannot be destroyed by or targeted by card effects. There's a number of other decks I played out there that have boss monsters with similar cannot be destroyed or targeted by card effects. Guess what? Ice Dragon's Prison neither destroys nor targets. This is great to get rid of those problematic monsters. It's also good against heroes. I played a hero deck where Malicious Bane cannot be destroyed by card effects, right? So it's really hard to get rid of Malicious Bane without Skill Drain. And honestly, Skill Drain can also stop Chaos Max Dragon, but yeah, I remember like I had Ice Dragons. They played Dark Calling to fusion summon into Malicious Bane, and I just Ice Dragon's Prison and stole their Dusted Gold from their graveyard. So their spell fizzled, and Malicious Bane could not come out. Yeah, unfortunately, Malicious Bane is a fiend. It's not a warrior, so you can't just banish it unless you have access to a Dusted Gold. But a Dusted Gold gets banished on fusion. So, all right, what else? So I have the Eldlich core, 3 elixirs, 3 Conquistador, 2 Waqueros. Waqueros are amazing in the mirror matchup. If you're against another Eldlich player, you want to banish their Eldlich from the graveyard immediately, like ASAP. So, yeah, Ice Dragons also helps with that matchup, and so does Waquero. Yeah, mirror matches are never fun. That's the problem with playing like a strong deck. It's like you'll run into a lot of mirror matchups. But yeah, it's basically like in that case it's like who went first and who drew more Solemn Judgments. That's basically what determines the mirror matchup. Although I have seen plenty of Eldlich deck profiles that I played against that are just like garbage. Like I've seen people play Ash. Why would you play Ash in Eldlich? Like you might as well play like anything else, right? Or like I don't know. Like there's no reason to play hand traps in a trap deck. There's literally no reason, because the whole point is traps are better than hand traps. Regular traps are better than hand traps, and you don't care if you're going first or second, because a lot of these cards are good for both. Case in point, Torrential Tribute. Great going first, great going second. Must have 3 of them. It's searchable off Trap Trick, which we're keeping the 2 ratio. And these can pop clear the field. And if you need to protect this card against Omni Negates, you have Solemn Strike, you have Skill Drain. You have many ways to make sure Torrential Tribute goes through, right? Same with Punishment. Punishment is pop 2, Torrential is pop everything. Punishment is also a pseudo back row clear. Like, if they have back row, you can send Entis and use Entis to pop their back row. Note that we have no other back row clear in this deck, so I think Punishment is very important for that. Normally in like real life, we would be using Heavy Storm Duster in the side deck. I did not decide to side in to main Heavy Storm Duster in this deck profile because it was too situational, right? So Punishment is the pseudo, like default back row clear. And I suppose Conquistador can also pop back row that's face up, but anyway. Alright, so 2 Eldlich, as always. Alright, let's talk about these pots. So people notice 2 Extravagance, 2 Dualities. Why did I do this? Why did I not run 3 Extravagance like every other Eldlich player? I actually like Extravagance and Duality a lot. I think Duality is highly underrated in Eldlich, and here's why. Okay. A lot of times, when you really need that out for whatever deck you're against, if you're against a Drytron, you need that Solemn Strike. If you're against like a deck that you suspect has Lightning Storms, you need that Solemn Judgment. I feel like I more often get Solemn Judgments and like whatever card I need off of Duality than off of Extravagance. Oftentimes, and I'll show you some replays here, I actually draw Extravagance and Duality like in my first turn, right? These are mutually exclusive. Like, so if you draw 2 Extravagance, you can't play them both on the same turn. If you draw 2 Dualities, you cannot play them both on the same turn. But if you draw 1 of each, then you can, right? I feel like back when I was playtesting with 3 Extravagances, I would open 2 of them in my hand and it'd be bricky, right? Like, because they're once per turn, they're hard once per turn, and the 3rd Extravagance isn't that great. Like, I don't know, like you can't even draw 2 off of it. Like you'll draw, I don't even know if you can draw 1, right? Depending how you've been using your extra deck. Also, I don't like banishing too much of my extra deck, even though yeah, the extra deck is not necessary. I do like having an extra deck. Like it's definitely gotten me out of a lot of tricky situations. So anyway, this is my profile. I definitely like this ratio, 2 Duality, 2 Extravagance. If you're really stickler and you want that 3rd Extravagance, go for it and cut Duality down to 1. But I still think you should just do 2 and 2. Like playing up to Plat 1, I definitely never ever saw like 2 of the same pot in my hand. like 2 duality and 2 extravagant. But I did often see one of each, or just like one, right? Like one of them, which is fine. Yeah, big fan of these. Highly consider this ratio right here. Okay, extra deck. You've seen in my other videos, 3 Entis, Pegasus, and Omega, just for like situation. Rank 5 for the Golden Land monsters. Rank 10 for your OTK package, right? Gustav and Lieb. Zeus, which came up once I think for me. Link Spider to send your Golden Land people to monsters graveyard. Imduck. I'm loving Imduck because it's an out for like problematic monsters if they're in the right column. But also it can make Win the Wind Charmer, and Win the Wind Charmer can revive the enemy Crystal Wing or the enemy any strong wind monster. There's no Barone in this game, so normally you'd use it for Barone, but yeah, use it for Crystal Wing or yeah, whatever. Yeah, and of course Lina, Selene, and Access Code Talker. I have heard someone in my other videos recommend Draco Masters of the Tenny as a potential replacement for Selene, simply because we're not actually using Selene to revive a spellcaster, so maybe Draco Masters of the Tenny will be better. It's 2600. It's made pretty much the same way as Selene, except one of the materials must be a link, which if you have Lina or Wind, like you're doing it, and it does have like a nifty effect that can be used. So yeah, I'm thinking about testing this out. Draco Masters of the Tenny. It is a light, so it can go around, goes in match, I guess. But yeah, I don't know. This is if you don't want Selene or see why she's necessary, I recommend try out Draco Masters of the Tenny and let me know how that works for you. Someone on one of my videos recommended it, so yeah, definitely check that out. What else? Yeah, that's pretty much it. Let me show you a few replays, which will show off why this deck is good. So let's go with this guy here. I think, yeah. So this game here is a matchup against Cyber Dragons. I think I go first. Let's see. Yeah, one thing that annoyed me about Master Duel is the fact that you're limited to how many replays you can save. So you have to like delete old replays if you want new ones. It's kind of annoying. Anyway, so yeah, I go first here. Yeah, I'm just gonna play Pot. Get that draw 2. Oh look, I drew Duality, right? Imagine if this was my third copy of Extravagance, I wouldn't be able to play it, but I drew Duality. This happened a lot to me. Extravagance into Duality. It happens very often. Alright, so let's look at top. Oh look, Solemn Judgment. So I don't know what deck I'm against. So I don't have Solemn Judgment in my hand, so I have no back row protection. So this Duality got me Solemn Judgment. So now, if they have Lightning Storm, I'm safe. Obviously, if they have 2 Lightning Storms, I'm screwed, but like, at that point, like, that's 2 of their 5, like, their 6 cards in their hand, so, maybe if they got 2 Lightning Storms, like, it is what it is, right? I have yet to see someone hit me with 2 Lightning Storms in the same turn, so it hasn't happened yet. Yeah, so set 5 here. Because I have Judgment, I set 5. If I did not have Judgment, I would set fewer than 5. Simply because I don't want, like, if I do get hit by Lightning Storm or Harpies, I don't want to be completely dead in the water in the following turn. Luckily for me, I have Max C, which will allow me to, like, draw cards if I want to. But yeah. So let's see what happens. So we have... Yep. Oh, look, Cyber Dragon. That gave it away. So normally, I would argue, hold your Max C until their first special summon is coming. So... because if you Max C immediately, like on draw phase, they might not start making plays. Yeah, so as soon as this guy activates in hand, I'm going to chain Max C. Because that's at least 1 draw you're going to get. And then if they continue on with their plays, I'm going to get more draws. So alright, so I drew another Max C, which is funny. But, you're thinning your deck, right? But, yeah, so don't throw away Max C, like shotgun it, because you want to get at least 1 draw for it. So try to chain it when an obvious special summon is coming. So yeah, he went to battle. So he basically ended his turn because he didn't want me to get draws off Max C. This is why you should run Max C. Yeah, and then I just ended with a Conquistador here, or like in battle to stop the battle phase, right? So he does some stuff. He's gonna play Prosperity. Look what he top decks. He top deck a Lightning Storm. So, or from Prosperity. So this is why you want Solemn Judgment like in your hand, and Duality helps you get that. All right. He's actually gonna take the Kaiju because Lightning Storm is dead here. He can't use it. Yeah, Kaiju's against Eldlich like do nothing. You're just gonna revive the Eldlich. It doesn't matter. So I'm gonna Trap Trick here into Elixir on their end phase, so that I can just start like clearing their full board and like establishing my dominance, making sure my Eldlich cards are in rotation. Yeah, Link Spider just to get that Conquistador into the graveyard. Tack, tack. Alright, so setting Conquistador. And then on end phase, I'm going to set Elixir. Yeah, so I hold this Judgment because I don't think I need more than one this turn. And yeah, I'll just set this next turn if I need it. But yeah, I'd rather have like more Eldlich cards at the moment. So the reason I max C on his draw phase is because I know he has a Kaiju from last turn, and a Kaiju does not start a chain. So if he summons Kaiju, that's a special summon. I want to get a draw off that, so I do it on draw phase. But this time he has Ash, so whatever. Like it was a 1-for-1 trade. Like I traded max C for his Ash. Whatever. Not a big deal. Like at the end of the day, like every other card on my field is going to trade for more cards of his cards. Check this out. Summons a thing. So 5 cards, right? Kaiju's me. Just gonna summon a bunch of monsters. Imagine if I had Maxi resolve. That's okay. So far I've spent, like, I've lost Eldlich, but it got replaced by a Kaiju, so I didn't really lose anything. Especially since I have Elixir, I can summon an Eldlich back anytime I want, so. And then follow up with Conk. Yep. Alright. This turns rank 5, Nova. Alright. So I like to hit. I mean, there's 2 ways. So if I don't do anything, he's gonna go into Infinity. I'm gonna hit the Nova this time. Like I could Solemn Judgment the Infinity, but I'd rather just get rid of the Nova. And here's why. So if I use Ice Dragon's Prison, Nova has an effect that says, what does it say? If this card is sent to your graveyard by your opponent's card effect, right? So if I pop Nova with like punishment, it's just gonna get an effect off. So I'm just gonna banish it so that he doesn't get an effect. And he can't go into Infinity, and then I can also banish a card from his graveyard. The card I'm gonna banish is Core, because Core has an ability that says, if only your opponent controls a monster, you can banish this card from the graveyard and special summon a thing, right? So I'm just gonna banish that, prevent him from getting more monsters. So he made Mega Fleet with my Link Spider, and then he made, what is that? Fortress, Chimera Tech Fortress with the Kaiju, right? So now that he's in battle phase, I'm gonna punishment and take both of them out, right? Yeah, so let's look at the card economy, right? So he went through 5 cards and 3 extra deck monsters just to get to the state. I went through 1 punishment, 1 Ice Dragons. I guess I lost Link Spider and this thing with Kaiju, but like, the Link Spider was irrelevant, right? I don't care about it. So I basically traded 2 cards of mine that actually mattered for 5 of his plus, like 2-3 from the extra deck, right? So this is why, like, you want to play an Eldlich Trap deck, because like every time you trade cards, you almost always trade in your favor, right? Like you spent. Oh, okay, they're gonna Prosperity. Yeah, you spend. They spend more cards than you spend. All right, so he's gonna get an Ash, and since he already used Ash against Maxi, then I'm gonna grab an Eldlich here, and they cannot act. So let's just fast forward this. Alright, there we go. So 35 and 25 is game. Surrender. Well, I guess he doesn't surrender, he just loses. Alright. Yeah, easy game, easy life. Let's see. This one here is against... I forgot what this one was about. Oh, this one here was against Altergeist. Yeah, let me see what this duel was about. I forgot what it was. First or second, let's see. Okay. Yeah, so I went first, and I have an okay starting hand. Like, I'd rather this Eldlich be in my deck, but whatever. It is what it is. Oh yeah, this is the Madolche matchup. Yeah, so he summons Message Gelato and goes in battle. I guess he didn't have the combo he wanted, so I summoned this. So I can't use the Eldlich effect in hand because I don't have traps in hand. Attack this. Shuffle, yep. Set so the reason I set a Huaquero is I already have a conch, and because I may want to banish, so Madolche decks rely on having a specific monster in the graveyard to activate their effects like their Xyz, so I can banish it preemptively, so they don't have that monster. And especially like Hoot requires a monster in the graveyard to summon, like, a special summon. Yeah, like I have plenty of outs for whatever board he can put up, unless this card here is. I was worried if the side cards here were impermanents because I want my turn to be live. So I'm gonna max C here, and then he has Crossout Designator. Damn, first time I actually saw like been in a duel where my max C got Crossout Designator. Summon the thing. Last souffle is not a problem. I'm surprised he didn't go to Tiramisu. I wonder why. So I'm just gonna pop his Chocolate mode, and then so I sent Eldlich to the grave and I try to pop this card, and he has Call by the Grave. Call by the Grave is at 2, so we're gonna see this card a lot more often. Okay, so I'm gonna banish his. Yep, make ladies. Blade's gonna. Yep, there we go. Yeah, and then let's do this last game here against an Altergeist. The Altergeist is an interesting matchup because it goes to match hard wins against them, and they're weak to Stronger until they have Altergeist's Manifestation on the field. Is it Manifestation? Whatever. The one that prevents their effects from being negated. So. Oh look, this is a second game where I extravagance into a duality, right? Like, if that was another extravagance, it wouldn't have done anything. So, I do not take Gozen Match because I don't know what the deck matchup is, but if I had taken Gozen Match, I would have instantly won because Altergeist cannot play through Gozen Match. All their monsters, they're spellcasters, but different attributes. I took Elixir because it's just like, well, I don't know what they have. I'm just going to set up my board. And I have a skill drain where I have a lot of good stuff here. Yeah, so I hold Huaquero because I don't think I need it. But I have a strong board. Skill drain, like, excuse me. Judgment protects my back row. Skill drain, like, kills their front row. Like, and then I just have a lot of pop, right? So I said they set forward pass. I actually thought they were an Eldlich. This might have been another Eldlich here. So he max C's, but like the cool thing about Eldlich is like the max, like if they max C you, the most they're gonna get is one draw because you only summon like once. So yeah, so I hit him. Now I grab the walk arrows. So I flip Walkwero here because I want to banish his Silk, because his Silk can be revived from Marionetter, so I want to banish it. And he actually Solemn Judgments this. I do have my own Solemn Judgment, but I don't think it's worth Solemn Judgment. If you hear, it's like he's trying to stop me from banishing one of his important ones, or whatever. He has another one in his deck. It's not a big deal. I'd rather hold a Solemn Judgment. So he runs Storm and Mirror Force, which is a great card, not expected. But because he is a trap deck, try to summon this. He actually runs Ash Blossom. Who runs Ash Blossom in a trap deck? It really like blows my mind that people do this unironically. It's not good. Stop doing it. Yeah, so I'm gonna try to send this to the graveyard. Oh, Manifestation is the one that I guess Altergeist Protocol is, yeah, Protocol is the one that prevents monster minions. Yeah, so I'm gonna try to send this, use it to revive his Simplicious. And then he's gonna personal spoof it back so it doesn't go to the graveyard. Pretty smart. He grabs Multi-Faker. Simplicious. Multi-Faker summons. So in retrospect, I should have maxed. I guess when he resolved, I had thought about like what he was going to personal spoof it into, because I thought, oh, if I max, I'm going to get one summon, one draw, but I actually would have got three draws, because I didn't think about like, oh, he was going to protocol into Multi-Faker and get two more bodies. So yeah, I should have maxed as part of that chain, but that was a mistake. I'm going to Torrential here. He's going to bounce the card. But then I'm going to skill drain him, so I'm not going to bounce anything. Yeah, skill drain wins games. Run 3, always. Goodbye. Pop. It's a card. Kukuri. Because I decided Kukuri, I'm not going to bother attacking him. No point. Marionetter negated. He tries to direct attack. Out comes my Eldlich. Deck. Swap out Kukuri for Kukuri. Wait, I'm surprised that. Wait. That's weird, because Kukuri came out in Brothers of Legend, which came out after Dawn of Majesty, yet it's available in this game. Very strange to me. I don't know why that is. So I'm gonna pop his Protocol. Yeah. Protocol is like the best card in the Altergeist deck, so you want to pop that. So now that I saw he has Multi-Faker, now I'm going to max C him. But he has a Solemn Strike for my max C, so he's playing a dangerous game here. He actually Solemn Struck max C, which is not a good, like, he should be saving this Solemn Strike for my Eldlich graveyard effect. But whatever. He doesn't want me to draw 2 cards, that's fine. Oh, I wasn't going to draw 2 anyway, because he had I'm going to Solemn Strike his Hex. Yeah, and then he screws. Yeah, Eldlich is really good. I don't know if you kept track of the card economy, but he drew 2 Pots of Extravagance, and I was still like out carding, like had massive card advantage against him. So yeah, I have a bunch of other wins. Yeah, you can always go to my profile and check them out. Some of them are from the lower ranks, might not be as interesting, but yeah, I can't save new replays without deleting old ones. So maybe, I don't know, maybe I'll delete them after some time, or maybe they're gonna put out an update allowing you to have multiple replays. Anyway, yep, so thanks for watching. Quick sneak peek into my Dark Magician deck. It's still a work in progress, but here's what I have so far. Basically, a lot of what you saw in the Eldlich deck. 3 Max C, no exceptions. 3 Skill Drains, no exceptions. 2 Call by the Grave, no exceptions. I'm actually also running 3 Judgment because I am running a lot of back row, and Judgment protects back row. Similar stuff you've seen in my Dark Magician decks. 3 Souls, 3 Rod, 2 DM, Apprentice Illusion. I am running Secrets and Magical Eyes, so that and my fusion targets are Plat, Dark Magicians, and the Dragon Knight. I thought about 3 Upstart Goblin. Haven't fully committed to that yet. But yeah, 2 Circle, 2 Soul. Ice Dragons is amazing. Helps me clear some of those problematic monsters. Torrential is always good. And then my extra deck is just like, I have an Xyz package, Naruto, can summon Ebon. Both can go into Zeus. Obviously I have Big Eye as well. And if you have Naruto into Ebon, you can actually go into Anaconda and summon Quintet all in one turn. So Naruto is made using Princess and Dark Magician Pro. And I have the Artemis, Imduck, Link, Anima, Selene, and Access Code package. So some of these cards are grayed out because I haven't bought them yet because, yeah, I'm not fully committed to this profile yet. I'm still, working on it. But now that I'm max rank, I think I'm going to start playing Dark Magician now since, there's no way to climb the ranks anymore. So, anyway, that'll be a separate video. Just like replays of me playing with Dark Magician deck and maybe with a Dark Magician deck profile. Yeah, I hope in a future patch of this game they release Dragoon and that we can use it because, yeah, it feels really awkward playing this deck without some kind of boss monster. I guess a boss monster is just like Dark Magician with skill drain, right? Like a 2500 beater that can, sometimes go into the Dragon Knight and, cancels your opponent's effects. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, feel free to add me, message me, whatever. And I hope you learned something and that, best of luck on your grind to get to Plat 1. Alright, later. Peace.